Why do you think you're having a tough time collecting Pokemon cards? Stay tuned. Let's check it out. Check it out. Hey everybody, Pokemon here, and here are 5 of the biggest reasons why I think you're having a tough time with your collection, collecting cards, finding cards, and just all out enjoying the hobby. All right. Now, these are some things that I've learned while collecting and doing some stuff throughout the years, and some things I wish someone would have told me probably when I was starting out in the hobby. So let's get started, guys. Remember, Pokepasoda, like and subscribe. If you like this kind of content, definitely let us know. If there's anything you want me to talk about, I have no problem at all taking some requests because I want to cover some things that you want to hear about because odds are I've thought about it. So let's start off with number one. Number one is your collection. Now, everybody wants to have that top tier collection. Everybody wants to put a bid in on the Pikachu Illustrator PSA 10 Logan Paul sold. It's just not feasible. We can't all do this. Is that sometimes less is more. Okay. Now, what that means is you don't have to buy everything that is the top item that's coming out right now. So, for instance, when Ascended Heroes ETBs drops, if you can't afford an ETB, don't buy an ETB. Buy a mini tin. Buy a couple mini tins. When Destined Rivals gets restocked, you can't buy a Destined Rivals booster box. Buy sleeve packs. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you were to take this just in theory, thinking about it, let's go with, sleeve packs that back in 2021 you could buy any place you wanted to go. You could find, for the most part, it was XY Roaring Skies. Steam Siege, Evolving Skies was there, but it wasn't too crazy yet. But even the Evolving Skies sleep packs, you could find those on the secondary market, even in the stores and stuff when that released, for right around $5 to $8. You can buy them online all day. Now look what they're worth now. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how's that going to help me get my collection? Well, that's why less is more. Sometimes when you spend less, and hold on to it, later on you can acquire more because you can buy some of the new stuff. So let's say you bought 5 Evolving Skies, Roaring Skies, whatever it may be, sleep packs back when they released, or maybe a few months afterwards, okay, maybe years afterwards, and you paid $10 each for them, okay. Well, now those Evolving Skies sleep packs, those are selling for upward of $65. So those, let's say we bought 5 of them. Okay. Now you're looking at a nice little $300 to $350 you have for that value with about a $50 value that you put into it. This is where you can start to trade those to buy some of the newer stuff that comes out. You want that booster box, maybe a Pokemon Center ETB, you can trade those towards it. That's why less is more because you can spend less and later on get more of the new product. Okay. Now we're at 2. Remember, no particular order. The second one is keeping up with the Joneses. Okay. Everybody wants to have what everybody else has. You see all these PokeTubers, and they're like, I got this, I got this, I got this. Look at my collection. You got booster boxes, just wrappers everywhere because they're just opening up the newest set a bunch. Well, don't keep up with the Joneses. You do what you got to do. No one has ever gotten rich by going in debt for Pokemon and missing payments on credit cards, mortgages, automobiles, student loans, whatever it may be. Do not try to keep up with anybody. All right. If you're at a restock and you see people just grabbing a bunch of stuff, don't just grab it to have it so they don't get it. Grab what you're comfortable with. Do not, I repeat, do not go in debt for this hobby. You'll see it all the time when the market finally does cool off and start to crash. You'll see people that will be fire selling stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the times they probably get about what they have put into the products. After people take 15% off, they buy the collections anywhere from maybe 70 to 85%. And the reason the 15% is being taken off is because that's fees you'd sell on TCG or eBay. So that's why people automatically say, hey, 15% off is what it should be. I see people do this stuff and they bought things back in 21 and 22, and now they're pretty much selling their collections and They might have made a little bit of money, but it definitely wasn't worth, just keeping that money or putting it into a, you know, index or S&P 500 or something like that so you can just invest it. So remember, do not keep up with the Joneses. That is the second thing I'd probably tell you why people and their Pokemon collections go bad. Now, let's go on to number 3.
Another one.
Number 3 is sometimes new gets pretty old. What I'm saying there is sometimes buying the newest set isn't better than buying the older set. Okay. Now, there's older sets I would stay away from as well. And there's newer sets that you should definitely stay away from as well because there's just nothing proven about it. Now, I could throw every Pokemon item into a hat. I could pull any of them out, and I guarantee they've made money from the time they came out till right now. Pokemon is some weird entity where it just has not lost money throughout the years. It's absolutely crazy, actually. Okay. But when you're looking at stuff, I just looked on eBay tonight. Stellar Crown, 2 Pokemon Center ETBs. They just sold for $240. Okay. $120 each. They're $60 MSRP, so they were double MSRP, but still $240 right there. Sometimes you don't have to buy the newest stuff because the old can be really good as well. All right. Now, this does have some kind of caveats you got to watch out for. If I'm going to buy an ETB and I could buy something that's newer versus like a Champion's Path, I probably wouldn't buy the Champion's Path. It's a set that has very few chase cards. Darkness Ablaze ETB, a Vivid Voltage ETB, a lot of those I'd stay away from. They don't have the value. There's the nostalgia there, but they're not going to carry the set because the sets were not that good. Okay. If it were me and I was looking to purchase some ETBs right now, I would probably look at Shrouded Fables. That'd be the one I would go for because you can buy them for $70 to $75. Pokemon Center ETBs for $110 to $125. That's what I would do. I would not always buy the newest stuff. Okay. And I sure as heck would not overspend on the new stuff. If someone is selling ETBs online or marketplace $120, $25, I would rather buy something that's older and instead of buying something new because we'll see what happens. Okay. Now this doesn't work every time. Prismatic Evolution, those ETBs, they hardly came out when they first dropped last January, but now they're still $150 to $175. No matter how much has been produced of them, they are. The lowest I've seen them ever get down to is $100. So Prismatic Evolution's kind of been its own little thing. But Destined Rivals ATV, just the basic ones, those are $200 boxes. So sometimes buying the newest stuff isn't always worth it. Would I rather buy an Ascended Heroes ETB for $125? Or would I rather just cough up another $25 and get a Prismatic Evolution? I'd probably get the Prismatic Evolution. It's got a year under its belt, and Ascended Heroes, they got a lot of waves coming out. Yeah, so that's my number 3 right there, is sometimes new is not better than old. And number 4, that's a 4. Sometimes ripping packs is not the way.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I know what you're thinking. Well, this is a hobby. I need to rip packs. Why don't I rip packs? Well, ripping packs is like scratching lottery tickets. It's pretty tough to win. Even if you do rip packs and you have just an absolute crazy amount of bulk. I mean, I have so much bulk laying around here. I just have ETB cases full of it. These right here, this whole thing over here is all bulk. I'm selling it on TCG Player. Like, yeah, there's some plays to be made on it, but when you're ripping packs just to go for card hunting, it used to be my whole persona for it was I'm going to open 2 booster boxes, and whatever singles I need, I will buy. Okay. Well, now you can't even buy a booster box. So now I'm telling people I would not open a ton of packs. Now, Ascended Heroes, I went against that rule. I have no Ascended Heroes that's sealed. I've opened everything I bought, and the reason I did it was for chase cards. I wanted to find some crazy chase cards, and I got some good ones, guys. I mean, I got Zekrom, I got Score Bunny, I got my Iena, another Score Bunny, Doug Trio, Sharon, Mega Froles, Tangela, this card's blowing up. Mega Scraffy. Mega Gengar. Let's see. We got Iona's Belly Bolt EX. Cool card. And Helosic. Okay. Those are the ones I've kept. A lot of the other ones I've sold on TCG Player because I just had no interest in keeping them. Could I have bought those cards for more than I opened? Oh, yeah. Easily. So I probably opened close to, I don't even know at this point, 100, 120 packs. And yeah, I hit the Mega Dragonite. But, you know, am I ahead? I probably am ahead a little bit because I've had some pretty good luck. But it's not worth it. Do not go card chasing. Buy the card. Open some packs, buy the card you need. Okay. That is number 4. That is why people's collections have such a tough time because people can't afford to do anything because they're always chasing. And I get it. I want to have that chase card that I pull and I just sit there and go, holy smokes, I can't believe I did this. So, number 4, I would definitely say buy the chase card. Don't chase it. Number 5, okay. Remember, no particular order. But my number 5 is don't chase just to chase. And what I mean by that is do not just try to have a huge collection right away. Try to gradually build your collection with single cards, with slabs, and with sealed product. Okay? Now, I would also tell you is try to figure out which one of those you really want to have. If you want to be a single card person, that's great. If you want to have slabs, awesome. If you want sealed product, good for you. But I would try to narrow that down when you first start. If you try to diversify too much, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. Now, take for instance, okay, this card right here. It's from Brilliant Stars. It's the Charizard. Okay, unbelievable card. This one graded an 8. Super sad about that. But I have a 10 of it. But this one I thought would be a 10, but it got an 8. This card right here got it lower, as low as less than $100. Okay, now it's probably a little. It's over a $200 card now. It's an unbelievable Charizard actually. Super good art. Now what happens is let's say someone would have went heavy on these when they first came out, and they were paying $300-400 for these slabs because they're like, you know what? I know they're going to hold value. They're going to get better and better and better. Pokemon Sealed does that, but slabs don't always do that. Okay. Now I got something right here. Let me grab it. So this right here is the Vaporeon VMAX. This is the premium collection. Okay. This was a $40 product that came out. It's got 6 packs. It's got Evolving Skies, Vivid Voltage, and Fusion Strike. It's unbelievable. It's got 2 fantastic promos in there, a Vaporeon V and Vaporeon VMAX. This was a $40 item when it came out. Now, these are prepped up. These are over $300. Okay. If you would have went in on these and bought these at any point from today, moving in the past, you're making money on them. These charts do not go like this. They go like that. They go straight up. Okay? And it's a gradual climb most of the time. Cards, even though this is a chase card, it's a bumpy road to get to the top. And usually when you have create a new high, it'll plummet to a low. Not a new low, but usually a low. Okay? These are usually just zigzag peaks and valleys. These don't have the peaks and valleys, guys. So when you're first starting off, I would always say sealed is a good way to do stuff. If you do get into too much where you have PSA graded cards and you have sealed collection, I would trade your PSA cards for sealed collection to people. That's just my personal opinion. That is what I would do because sealed always seems to go up. PSA stuff can fluctuate so much. All right. Now, for instance, gosh, I have so many different examples of it. This card right here, this is a 2001 Suicune from Neo Revelation. All right. It's a dope card. It's in a PSA 6. Okay. When I got this back from grading, this was like I think $80 or something is what it was worth. Now that thing's worth well over like $120, $130 just in a few months. Okay. Celebi, this is the double hollow rare error. Okay. PSA 6. A lot of my older cards didn't grade very well. But that one skyrocketed in tune price. You just never really know. The one thing I can tell you though is with vintage cards, typically they'll have a gradual rise to the top, where newer modern cards, they will go through a zigzag pattern. So, what would I tell you if you're going to try to diversify between raw cards, graded cards, and sealed product? I would start sealed product. That's the way I would do it. That's just how I look at it. Now, what if you don't have the money for sealed product? If you have a collection of raw cards, I'd start trading those and selling those for sealed product. That's what I would do. All right, guys, there's my 5 tips. That's my 5 tips I wish someone would have told me when I started, because I started going in too heavy, too fast, and I was always chasing the new product. I remember when Shining Fates came out and I had to have it. Like, I stood in line for this at Walmart, and I remember the Hidden Fates ETBs set there on the shelf. And I just thought to myself, like, why would I want that? The new thing's the Shining Fates. Well, look at that now, guys. Hidden Fates is far superior. Okay? Don't always chase the new stuff. I wish someone would have told me that. And it it sucks because I surpassed a ton of stuff. I remember seeing Evolving Sky, or not Evolving Skies, but XY Evolution packs just sitting on the shelves, and I wouldn't even grab them. I remember when the Evolving Skies ETBs were sitting there on the shelves, but I had to have Lost Origin or Silver Tempest. So don't always chase the new stuff, guys. But those are kind of my 5 tips that I think I would definitely wish someone would have told me if I traveled back in time. If I'd seen myself now, I would go back there and say, hey, try to follow these things because I think it will help you out. But remember, guys, Poke Soda, like and subscribe. Thanks a bunch for watching, and catch them all.